Everyday people from our community are changing the way we view our world through the images they take. All About Photography are sharing these stories for your inspiration. We believe photography is for everybody. Where will your camera lead you?
Hi, I'm David Shipton and I'm a morning person. Each morning is unique, like a fingerprint, and I'm committed to taking a photo of the sunrise each day. I then post them to social media so that people will feel better as they begin their day. And in recognising the beauty, I hope that they will be inspired to help keep the environment clean and that we might be able to leave the planet in better shape than when we found it. The weather is such a vital component in choosing where I'm going to go each morning. So the night before, I'll check the weather, mainly for wind, but also for the tide. I'm committed to taking a photo every morning and nothing is going to stop me. But despite checking all of the things the night before, one of the absolute joys for me is to turn up and see what Mother Nature is going to provide for me. For that reason, I always take time to get down there and absorb what I'm seeing long before I even pick up a camera. Okay, so here we are down in this very southern end of the first bay at Coolum, and this is exactly what I was talking about. We've got not a strong but a persistent southeasterly that's going to ruin anything if we wanted to look back and get a larger perspective. But right here with these rocks, we're going to actually get a little calm spot right in here, and in a sailor's terms we call this under the lee of these rocks. So we've got lots of water movement, so we've got the lovely rocks. We're going to get the sun coming up here just right in line with these rocks at any moment. So basically what we've done is we've given ourselves every opportunity for the morning to be able to capture something really nice. And that's really exciting for me. Now, another little tip that I've spoken about is when you're down at the beach, always extend these bottom legs first. Because what tends to happen is that if you get sand and you don't do that, the sand will migrate up into these telescopic parts of your tripod and you won't be able to use it. So always extend those first to get to the bits you want. The other bit is when you're putting it in water, at first it will get a bit shaky as the water moves, but if you leave it, it'll eventually find its own place and become quite stable. So don't be afraid to put it in the sand. You've just got to clean them out afterwards. I've just noticed something. I was trying to set up for some reflections around the rock, but have a look, come over here and let's have a look at this for a moment. Look at this lovely little waterway, and the way the water's spilling over this. And as the water runs back out, look at that lovely swirl we're getting. And that is the sort of thing that I like to use that draws the eye out to where the sun is and will also just make your photo, give it some interest and give it some direction, because we want to draw the eye from here and take it out to the light. Yeah, that's really nice. What I've done at this point is, because that water's moving and I want to capture some of that water movement, what I've done is I've left my shutter speed on the longest possible shutter speed that the light is going to allow me, so that I can get more chance to get a little bit of the blurring of the water. But the compensation for that, the way I've been able to keep the light, is that I've now reduced my f-stop to its largest number, which reduces the actual size of how much light the aperture is going to let in. And that's the compromise we're making all the time. Okay, here's a classic example. We've got the light coming from over here, which is really lovely. But if you look over here, we've got all these lovely pink reflections. And that pink is reflecting beautifully in that wet sandbar. So even though that's where the sun's coming from, I'm now going to just having a look at using this rock as a feature and use the cloud and the balance of that sandbar as what I'm trying to achieve. See, look at that, that's beautiful, beautiful light. I'm just going to reduce the shutter speed a little bit so I can make that a little bit darker. Look at that lovely reflection. Now what I'm going to do here as well is, we're starting to get enough light, so I'm going to just have an experiment. I've got some nice shots there, so I am going to take it off the tripod for a moment, because we've got the sun starting to break through here now. Now, part of this is really lovely, but I don't like this bit, and this bit's now in focus. So what I'm doing is I'm actually zooming in just to get what I want, which is the yellow, the rock, the lovely glow of the sand, and then the direct sunrise behind. This bit is all a bit flat. And the other thing that I'm able to do with this then is, because now I've reduced my aperture, I'm getting some depth of field. So by using the focus as well, I'm able to focus on the rock, this rock here in front of me, but those larger rocks are going to be darker, but they're slightly out of focus. So we know that that's not what I'm focusing on. We're focusing on that light, the rock, and the sun coming up. That's lovely. And we're starting to get the rays underneath the clouds here now, and that is beautiful. Okay, in a blink of an eye, the sun's now up and the colour's coming into other places, and it's time for me to go and do some other stuff. So that's my time on the beach. Thanks for joining me this morning. I hope to see you down here sometime. It's the best place to be in a morning, and I can't think of a better way to start the day.
Join David Shipton for his sunrise photography workshop at Ted's Maroochydore in their dedicated classroom on the 18th of March. Click the link below for more details.